There we go. So for those of you who are looking at colleges or universities in your future, besides all the coursework that will put pressure on your day-to-day activities, one of the things that you probably have in the back of your mind is, what happens at the end of this? Will I get a job? How am I going to get a job? Well, my talk today is about that process. The internship process is a vehicle for you to navigate kind of through all of the employers, all of the things that you have to worry about in getting a job, assuming that's what your future holds. During the introduction, I just wanted to talk about a few things. First of all, while I was doing this as a full-time position, I spent most of my career working with college students for recruiting purposes. I myself was recruited out of Rutgers by a company, and I almost immediately started working with the company's recruiting group to go on campus to work the career fairs. And so I represented many companies in various industries. I developed and managed several internship programs at these companies, and have always been interested in trying to help the students get through that process and to get them into their career launching. So, why would you want an internship? Some of the benefits here is an opportunity to take what you've learned in school and life and apply it into the real world. You have other skills besides what you learned in class. You have other skills which you would like to transfer into those type of positions. Important is networking. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Develop professional connections is very important. Making new friends, again, networking is very important. It'll boost your resume. Everybody likes to see internships and previous activities that you were part of that shows your enthusiasm, your leadership, or your participation in group activities. Ultimately, it leads to better job satisfaction and stability, so you have a way of dealing with the future as it comes at you, and it gives you a bump, a little bit of a bump in your salary potential when you go through an internship, because you've already gained some of that experience. And last but not least, it prepares you for the full recruiting cycle for your final job. So what are the types of internships? There's quite a few different ones. They're called by different names. These are the ones that are most familiar to me. As I mentioned, this talk is basically not the only recipe for internships, but it's based on my experience in working all these years with students and trying to get them through the process. First is within the college, often departments, professors have the research projects going on, or they need help in labs and all that. That is an opportunity to talk to them and see if they have any of those opportunities available as an intern. There's some companies that offer unpaid internships, and a lot of nonprofits fall into this category, and the purpose there is to really get that experience. You may take some of your skills, for example, if you have some web creation skills and you want to work with a nonprofit organization who can't afford to pay somebody to do that, you could volunteer for the summer or a couple of months to help them out with their web design. There are company paid internships. These are typically internships that offer opportunities for the students to really get into the work itself. It's very specific, skill-oriented, and the students would work with project teams and creating products or creating software or systems that would be used in the company's business. These are typically summer internships, and so they last from the May to September time frame. Every once in a while there is an extended internship. In other words, especially if it's a local company for your school, you may be able to work part-time during that time. If the project you were working on during the summer wasn't quite done and you needed to extend that. Co-ops, many universities have co-op programs. Look into that. That tends to be a work-study type of arrangement. Sometimes you get credit for, college credit for that work-study aspect. So look into that at the colleges to see if you can qualify for that. The last topic is a volunteer. I don't really technically talk about this as an internship, but it does provide the same value and same benefit that any internship do this. So if you do have an opportunity to volunteer, that is certainly a good thing to put onto your resume. So where do you find these opportunities? The first one is get to know your college's career center. They're your best friend. They are underrated. They spend a lot of time trying to help the students provide for their future. So there are career websites that have so much material that you could find anywhere else. They all have connections with the employers. So they know what companies are around. They know which ones are hiring. They offer seminars in creating resumes, in providing training for doing interviewing, and any other skills that you might need. They offer career fairs, which is basically, they use the gym usually to set up tables, and the employers would go there and provide an overview, a quick overview of the company, and you're able to walk up to them and ask about whether they would have internships, or ask about the company or anything like that. And then the next step after career fairs is to set up the campus interviewing process, right? So for most places, there are sign-ups available, usually on the Career Center websites, or if you can go to the career office, you can probably find that information there. Networking is a big part of this, okay? You probably know that. You need to get the word out. Family and friends who may work in the field that interests you, that have anything, talk to them about what you want to do. They may know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that could lead to the next opportunity for you. Senior classmates, those that have graduated your high school ahead of you, or even college, ask them what their advice is. Are there any good companies that you could look into? Do they have a recommendation? And introduce yourself to anyone that has a relevant topic, right? So if there's if you're in the same target field, the professional societies or meetup groups exist for just many different areas. Take a look at the company websites. They offer intern and job postings. And internet job boards exist, but you can spend your life on those things, looking for things. So I would put that at the bottom of the list. They're out there, but it's you're better off sticking with your networking and with your career center to get your information. Okay. So when does the process begin? The process for summer interns actually begins in the October of the previous year, okay, and continues throughout the spring. So companies will start posting it at the university, career center. They'll be on campus with the career fairs, and then they'll start interviewing. Sign up as early as possible. All right, so that's one thing. Again, the career center is your friend. You need to be connected with them. In terms of when things start to occur, companies usually require completion of at least a sophomore year. And the reason for that, especially for the paid interviews, is you have a declared major and you already have some skills under your belt. So when they put you into a project team to work on whatever their product or process is, you already have some credibility because you will be getting paid for that. And for the company, this is really a trial run for a new employee. So let's say you're finish your sophomore year, you get an internship during the summer. If you like it and they like you, you get another chance the following summer to be an intern, and then after that, you have the potential of becoming a full-time employee. You know, don't get discouraged. That's the bottom line here. It's always a work in process. People look at this and say it's always luck. Well, it's luck and work to make sure that you are focused on what the things you want to do. There's many resources out there on websites to help you, you know, do the things that you need to do. There's one step that I missed, which I'm going to go back for. All right, well, here it is. So, what can you do to prepare? I hit the space bar. Is number one, create a resume. You may already have one from high school. Again, a lot of online help for you to create something. For those of you who know what LinkedIn is, it's a professional resume that companies do look at, to look at skill sets. And it's important to come up with an elevator pitch. And this is basically a paragraph that allows you to introduce yourself to whoever you're talking to. It could be done at a career fair. It could be used as a way to introduce you to a new network contact. But it's really, you know, you introduce yourself, you say what you do, and how you do it. So it gives you a little bit of background. Add some details about you, some experiences. Mention something that makes you different or makes you unique for the position. Provide examples of your past achievements. What is your goal? I'm looking for an internship the following summer, or I'm looking for a full-time position at the end of my, you know, graduation. And use the ending of the pitch as a conversation starter, so you can basically ask a question. You know, what does your company do, or do you have such a position that might fit my my profile? There are plenty of examples on YouTube, and if you just type in elevator pitch examples for students, there's tons of them out there. So you can take a look at that and see if that would help. This is a very good way to have something in your pocket, to always be prepared, especially if you happen to be a little bit shy. This gives you the script. Memorize it, you know, get some feedback on what you're talking about, and use it whenever you can to introduce yourself and to, you know, get your foot in the door. And another thing you need to do to prepare is, if you have a set of target companies that you would like to work for, do a little bit of research on them. I've been at many career fairs where the, you know, student comes up, there's no elevator pitch, and, you know, they'll say, you know, my major is economics. What do you have? You know, and what do you do with that? You have no idea they don't have an idea about the company, as opposed to the next person saying, you know, I'm my economics major. I'm looking at some corporate accounting courses right now. I'm really interested in doing that. I understand that you're a bank, and obviously you do a lot of finance stuff. Do you think you would have a position or an internship for me? That's a much better way of approaching when you have something to talk about. Introduce yourself. The employer, or the person listening to you, already has, without even looking at your resume, has some idea what's, you know, what you're about and what you're looking for. And let me tell you, a resume is important, but this is how much time the recruiters spend on resume. It's just about 2 to 3 seconds. So at a career fair, your elevator pitch is very important to introduce yourself and to get you differentiated from all your competition out there. So that's the end of my pitch, so I hope you enjoyed it, and good luck.